This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and today is Sunday, March 1st. Let's begin with checking in with meteorologist Brooke Marshall for a look at our forecast this morning. Brooke, it is chilly outside. You know you have to defrost those windows, but there's light at the end of the tunnel this afternoon.
Yes, Lacey, you are correct. We are seeing very cold conditions this morning, but by the time we get into this afternoon, temperatures are going to really warm up and it's going to be very nice outside. And it's already looking nice outside with those other nice conditions we're seeing. I mean, clear skies, absolutely gorgeous, blue and not a cloud really in sight. Calm conditions there into downtown Whitesburg as well. But we are seeing these below freezing temperatures this morning. So if you're heading out to church really in the next hour or so, definitely need to take that heavy jacket with you because we are going to be still seeing these chillier temperatures. Not really going to warm up till a little bit later this morning. So you might need to add just a little extra to your coffee this morning to help get you going through the cold hours. But by the time we get into this afternoon, temperatures get into those upper 50s, nearing 60 for a lot of us. We're going to be seeing that nice southerly flow with winds really helping us warm up, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of clouds as we head into the afternoon as well. But other than that, still gorgeous conditions, dry conditions as well. So get out and enjoy the day while you can, because we are going to be seeing these rain chances coming back in as we start our week on Monday. But I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. Lacey?
Thank you, Brooke. Kentucky is seeking $45,000 in fines from an Indiana man who is accused of using children to sell candy in Bowling Green. Sean Floyd is also facing 12 felony charges of human trafficking. Investigators say Floyd made children share a motel room with 3 adults and pay for their meals and water during a trip to sell candy. The Lexington Herald Leader reports he has pleaded not guilty to the human trafficking charges. Last week, the Kentucky Labor Cabinet filed a lawsuit alleging he has not paid $45,000 in fines. The fines came from regulators for alleged labor violations involving the children. And while there are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Kentucky, the effect of halts on shipping has made its way to the Commonwealth. I talked to a bride who may not receive her wedding dress in time.
May 9th, the day Randy Carol Napier and her fiancé Zach Blanton will tie the knot.
It's a lot, really.
Wedding planning from the shoes to the hair.
You know, you got to go through and playing all this music.
To the venue. And do not forget,
I went to the wedding dress shop, got my dress.
Ordering her dress in August of 2019, it should have been in Hazard middle to late January.
It's going to be at least mid to late March.
The holdup? Restrictions because of the coronavirus.
I felt like a punch in the gut almost because you want it to be here so bad. That's one of the most important things.
This is Nicole Schaus, owner of The Perfect Place and Napier's wedding planner.
She's like, my dress is stuck in custom, and she wouldn't be the only one, and bridesmaids' dresses.
But in the words of a true bride,
I'd much rather them not get their dresses than me, though.
alterations still need to be done, which could take more than a month.
It's definitely putting a pressure on things.
That is when Schaus stepped up to the plate, making a Facebook post.
We've probably had 15 or 20 people already offer to give her a dress. So, but that's the way Hazard is.
It's a good thing about living where I do. You know, everybody always comes together and helps you when you're really stressed out and needing something.
This experience alone lets Napier know her day will be memorable one way or another.
And Napier says even though this ordeal has brought some panic, she is still looking forward to her big day. Friday night, a man was found dead in Clay County, and his nephew is now facing a murder charge. Officials say a fight took place at a home on Highway 149. Officials from the Sheriff's Department also say 26-year-old David Taylor was found at the scene covered in blood. He is now facing that murder charge. Carl Roberts of Clay County is who was found dead at the scene, who officials say looked like he went through severe trauma. Officials confirm Taylor is the nephew of Carl Roberts. Officials with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office say a woman was arrested for driving under the influence Friday night. The driver of the car right here, 55-year-old Sarah Fisher of Manchester. A deputy was dispatched to a crash with no injuries on Johnson Road. The deputy found a car had gone off the road into a ditch. Fisher was taken to the Laurel County Correction Center and is facing several charges, including driving under the influence. With heavy rain in the forecast for the upcoming week, we continue to follow along with relief efforts and hazard this next round the rain could bring. Megan James has the latest word from Whitley County Emergency Management.
It was just a mere few weeks ago that this area right here was covered in floodwater from the Cumberland River. The home behind me is still in the recovery process, recovering from the flooding. And with even more rain on the horizon, EMA wants residents to take extra caution.
Really, the most important thing, don't drive through it. You know, we've had a fatality, which I'm sure he doesn't realize the water was up as much as it was. And then we had people trying to drive through that we had to rescue. And, you know, it's not worth it, just turn around.
Moses is hoping that residents heed his warning to turn around, don't drown. And as a new round of rain looks to roll in, residents recall the strong and dangerous powers the floodwaters had earlier this month.
It's a hard thing to deal with. Water comes at you from all directions. A bullet has just one direction. The devastation of the water is something that I can't describe unless you went through it yourself, because there's no defending water. When it gets up so high, you have to swim or sink.
Until floodwaters become a threat again, Green and many residents of Whitley County will continue their relief efforts, gutting homes and rebuilding lives.
EMA Director Danny Moses also says to be on the lookout for mudslides as they become a hazard during instances of this heavy rainfall. And during freezing temperatures, many stay indoors. However, runners in Pikeville did not allow a couple inches of snow to stop them. Saturday morning, a leap year 2020 fun run kicked off to commemorate the holiday. Some quick facts for you. 4 million people in the world are Leap Day babies, and Leap Day babies are called leapers or leaplings. Yesterday, runners we talked with say the colder weather is actually a better running temperature.
If you have a passion for it, then they're going to come out no matter what the weather.
My husband and I are trying to run one race a month, and this was close to us. We live about an hour away, and we thought it'd be fun.
Trying to get some exercise in, getting that heart and blood flowing, getting healthy.
And as runners crossed the finish line, they leaped over it. This race is part of a series taking place throughout the year. The next is a bunny run on April 4th. And the grandmother of missing 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell is now out of jail on bond. Angela Boswell posted bond and was released Friday night from the Sullivan County Jail. She is required to wear an ankle monitor, according to court officials. Boswell and William McLeod were arrested in North Carolina after being discovered in a BMW that had been reportedly stolen. 100 people are without a home after a fire tore through an apartment complex in Nashville, Tennessee last night. The 2-alarm fire turned massive Saturday night. Officials say all occupants were safely evacuated. One person was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation, and a dog was also rescued from the 3rd floor of the building. People were quick to help each other evacuate from the apartments. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, it's a war that's been raging since 2001, but a recent peace deal could change all that. How once bitter enemies managed to hammer out such a deal is up ahead.
And it's a cold start this morning, but we warm up later today. I'll let you know how warm we will get next.